What's up guys, Bailey here. Today in this video I'm going to be ranking every single active champion in the UFC. This is a pretty hard task that I've been blessed with being given, that no one has given to me. I've given myself, but that's okay. We're gonna do it. Sorry for not making a video in the past couple of days. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been seeing that Raja Jackson video and it blew up a little bit, you know, and it got some good engagement, and I kind of was just like, oh shit, I don't know how to follow that up. But I figured just following up by fucking making something. So here I am. I'm ranking this because there's a couple big cards coming up, especially 320, where there's 2 belts on the line. So I really want to do this before there's a lot of huge things that are going to change. Comment down below your own tier lists of these guys, and comment your favorite champions. Comment what I was right about, what I was wrong about, and yeah, man, let's just get right into it. I'm not even going to waste your time. All right, so we're starting off at the bottom here, man. We got Magomed Ankalaev. He is the current active light heavyweight champion of the UFC. He dethroned Alex Pereira. He's 21-1-1. So some of his most notable wins are, Alex Pereira, Johnny Walker, and Rakic, man. I think his name's Alexander Rakic, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, man, he is well-rounded, but he's a really bad, trash talker, and he's just a new champion. Like, he just won the title. He's a real shit talker. His aura sucks. Like, he has no aura about him, almost. Like, you know, I think people try to force it, you know, so we got to see how the next fight between him and Pereira comes up, because to be honest, he just has no aura about him. I mean, like, if he beats Pereira, then absolutely his aura goes up. But I mean, if he loses, then it's all kind of for nothing, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I just feel like right now where I stand with him, I'm just indifferent. I'm just kind of like, I don't really like him, but I don't hate him. He's just kind of here, you know. Next, we got Alexandre Pantoja, man. Or Alexandre Pantoja, excuse me. This guy, even though he's not too high up on the list, he is high up, in my, what's the word? In my respect, I think is a better way to say it. You know, listen, man, he wiped out Kai Car-France, beat Brendan Moreno twice, Brandon Royval twice, Davidson Figueroa. I mean, list goes on. He's beaten a lot of people. He's 30-5, fast, aggressive combinations, resembled almost like a Jose Aldo kind of way of fighting when he fought Kai Car-France. He has world-class grappling. He's a quiet killer, you know what I mean? And I think that that's where a lot of people don't really know where he is. It's because he's quiet. He doesn't really talk. He doesn't really do much gimmicky things. He just kind of walks in. He's all quiet, comes in, and he just kind of tactically dismantles you and kicks your ass. You know what I mean? He's been doing that for a long time now, and I think that he is a future flyweight GOAT, maybe. You know, I think that if he gets 3 or 4 more defenses, I think we could be talking about him being easily that division's GOAT, and if not, maybe all-time GOAT type shit. You know, because I don't care what anyone says. In the UFC, if you defend your belt 11 times, 10 times, I mean, that is a crazy feat to do. That is a hard thing to do on any level. And his aura, to me, is like a 9 out of 10. His aura is fucking awesome, dude. His shorts, his tattoos, his quiet demeanor, his backstory. I mean, all of it is just really, really fascinating. And I think that at the end of the day, he's a super humble guy who's a really hard worker. And I think that he's super underrated. And I think that he will probably not be appreciated until probably it's too late, in my opinion. As much as I hate to say that. But next, man, we got Tom Aspinal, dude. Tom Aspinal, he is also a bit lower on this list because he's a new champion, but he didn't fight anyone to win the belt. He, he was the interim belt, and he chased out John Jones. But listen, man, his most notable wins are Curtis Blades, Sergey Pavlovich, and Alexander Volkov. He also beat Andrei Arlovsky. He's beat Sergey Spivak. He's beat some dudes, I guess. He's 15-3. He's a finisher. But he just doesn't have enough fights, you know, and even though he chased out John Jones and he's the future of the heavyweight division and he's fast, and he's athletic, and he's scary, he just doesn't have enough fights where the rest of these champions do. Like, the rest of these champions on this list have been tested in some way. They've been made in some shape or form. They are established. Where Tom Aspinal, it's you know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason why he's a bit higher than Magomed Ankalaev and Alexandre Pantoja is because Pantoja, he's quiet. He doesn't really, he's not a big dude. He doesn't have he's not a knockout artist. He's not a finisher, right? I mean, he finishes them in a tactical way, not because that's how he fights. Tom Aspinall's a finisher, and he's a heavyweight, and he's a big dude. You know what I mean? He's got some personality to him. And Magomed Ankalaev, he doesn't speak English, so he can't directly connect with a lot of the world. On top of that, Ali Abdelaziz probably handles his Twitter for him. You know what I mean? I mean, with a lot of the shit talking that he does. So at the end of the day, Tom Aspinall goes higher than these guys because he went from kind of fighting like, I don't want to say like mid heavyweights, but let's be honest, like they're mid. Like a lot of these heavyweights are kind of mid to like being considered to beat John Jones, the GOAT. You know what I mean? He went from here to here. And I think that's why he's a bit higher on this list than those two champions. So yeah, moving on, man. We got Khamzat Chimaev, dude. And how can I not put him here? He is actually one of two only active undefeated champions here. Him and Ilia Topuria are undefeated. His most notable wins, man, are obviously Dricus du Plessis, Robert Whittaker, Kamaru Usman, short notice Usman, which we'll talk about that a little bit, and Gilbert Burns, which we will also talk about a little bit. Khamzat Chimaev, man, he's dominant, world-class grappling. He's tough and gritty, and he has a strong mentality. And I think that these are all things that he definitely knows how to use to his strength. I mean, he absolutely drowned and outclassed Dricus du Plessis. Used the crucifix, little strikes, elbows, nice, to score points and to stay busy and to keep the top dominant position. And people who say, like, was it boring? Yeah, like, it wasn't, like, the fight that I necessarily preferred, I mean, I would have loved to have seen a war. Like, I think we all would have. But at the same time, these guys are human beings. They have to go in there and be tactical and be smart. They have to get back to their families. They have lives. They got to wake up the next morning. This is a job. You know what I mean? They got to be able to fight again, right? And I think that for him to go in there and do what he did on that tactical of a level is just very, very impressive. And I think that his aura is also a 9 out of 10. But we got to see, man. I think he's got to get a couple more defenses in and just kind of move his way through. And then I think that from then he would probably evolve. All right, next we got Jack Dini Madalena, man. I mean, I love me some Jack Della Madalena, dude. I feel like he is the modern version of Nick Diaz. I feel like he is today's generation of Nick Diaz. Not in the traditional, like the story and all that, but the stare downs, the boxing, the durability. It's all very similar. So he's 18-2, and some of his best ones are obviously below Muhammad. Outboxing, piecing up Kevin Holland, right? Toasting up Burns. He has smooth boxing, a great sprawl and brawl kind of fighter. We saw where he is almost like an anti-wrestler. He is like the next generation of strikers where he's an anti-grappling build. So I actually do want to do some like fight breakdowns with him, and I actually want to break down that fight between him and Belal Muhammad. But his aura, I gotta say, it's an 8 out of 10. He has some strong aura. It's just that right now he's a new champ as well, so he hasn't really gotten a defense in. We haven't really seen more of him, so I feel like that's why he's just kind of here for now. And yeah, next, man, we got Merab Dvalishvili. Merab the Machine, the Machine. And listen, dude, I think he is probably one of the most exciting champions today, and one of the most, if not the most exciting wrestler to watch. Or at least one of them. He's so exciting to watch. He has world-class wrestling. He emotes like a motherfucker, and he dominates and drowns everybody. I gotta say his aura definitely, you know what, man? Let me just change this real quick. There we go. I had to make that correction, man. This motherfucker's aura is a 9.5, dude. I mean, what he did to O'Malley, what he did to Umar, then what he did to O'Malley, and fucking Aldo, Cejudo, Petr Yan. I mean, the list goes on. This guy is the bantamweight GOAT, without a doubt. I don't care what anyone says. People want to say, well, oh, Dominic Cruz would beat him. Listen, I was around when Dominic Cruz was fighting, and he ain't beating him. He's not beating Merab. His cardio, his wrestling, even though striking's not that great, his durability and his toughness, it makes up for that. So I think that Merab is definitely up here, man. So next, man, we got for second place for the best champion in the UFC. We got Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Some of his best wins, obviously, are Diego Lopez, Yair Rodriguez, 3-piece against Holloway, Korean Zombie, Brian Ortega, Jose Aldo. Most of those wins were in his first career, or his first kind of run, and he was already the GOAT by then. 2-time featherweight champion, resurgence of a lifetime. I mean, the recovery after what this guy's been through. 3 losses, 2 of them knockouts in a row. Islam beats Volk in a really, really close fight, in which I thought Volk won, but then he gets knocked out with a head kick in the next fight on a short notice, and then he takes fight a couple months after that and gets knocked out cold with Ilia. And listen, dude, he recovered. He fought a fresh, young, mean, hungry Diego Lopez, which would have been a hard fight for anyone that night. Alexander Volkanovski, man, he just fucking popped off. He did his shit. He was the Volk of old, and I think he will always have his place as the featherweight GOAT, or at least one of the 3. So first place, I gotta go with Ilia Topuria. El Matador Topuria, man. This guy, he's undefeated. He's 17-0. Some of his best wins, obviously, Alexandre Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira in that order. Then he also beat Josh Emmett and Bryce Mitchell on the come up in the featherweight division that he originally started off in. Crazy KO power, best 3-win sequence in history. He beat all of these guys when they were in their primes, and I don't care what anyone says. Oliveira was in his prime when they fought. Holloway in his prime when they fought. Volk in his prime when they fought. I don't care what anyone says. You know, listen, when people, now I know Volk had some issues going into that Topuria fight, but that was really more Volk. That wasn't more of like time itself. That wasn't because Volk was getting old or like, oh, you know what I mean? It was Volk. It wasn't really his fight. He was kind of playing around, kind of, and he got caught. That's what happened. He got caught by someone who hits really fucking hard, and you can't fuck around like that. You just can't play around with Ilia like that. You can't do that. He is the most exciting champion right now because, like I said, he's undefeated. He's a 2-division champ. He's knocked out fucking everybody, and if he hasn't knocked you out, I mean, fuck, you look like you got hit by a train after running and fighting this dude. His aura, definitely a 9 out of 10, without a doubt, man. I mean, I think what make his aura even bigger, like 10 out of 10 type shit, is if he beats Islam, man. If he beats Islam, then his aura definitely goes up without a fucking doubt. But yeah, you guys, so this is my opinion, ranking every single current champion in the UFC. If you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.